Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. It is a Tuesday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here on the Borders and Borders hotline. You know the drill. Give us a call. 412-575-2600. You can also tweet at KD Pomp. That's my Twitter handle, at Paul Zeiss. Paul is here from the Post-Gazette. We have a lot to get into, beginning with the Penguins, who once again, a third period lead late, given up as Carolina. This time it was Philadelphia on Sunday night. They pull the goaltender, they get the equalizer, and the Penguins then lose in a shootout tonight by going 0 for 3 on the shootout, while Carolina got the only goal necessary by Dougie Hamilton. This kind of ruined a really good welcome back effort by Chris Letang, who I thought was the best player on the ice tonight. He looked like he never missed a beat after missing almost a month of action. But the Penguins allow Carolina to get 2 important points. They're now just 2 behind the Penguins. It's 89-87 in the separation, but Carolina has 2 games in hand. Paul Zeiss, as mentioned, is here from the Post-Gazette and 93.7 The Fan. And Paul, it's kind of a recurring theme. I thought that was a highly entertaining hockey game tonight, though. It had a lot of playoff feel to it. Points are very important. Penguins had another one let slip away, though.
Yeah, I think the worst part about it, Bob, is the last 2 games, they should have had 4 points and their opponents should have had 0. Now, it doesn't matter with the Flyers because they're kind of out of it. But tonight you gave, it should have been 2 points for the Penguins and 0 for Carolina. And I'm not saying that buries Carolina, but, boy, it puts them in a big hole with, only 8 or 9 games left. Now, the fact that they were able to get a point more than the Penguins, they're only 2 down. And so this thing where they're blowing leads late, it's got to stop.
Yeah, it's blowing leads late and also losing to teams. There's so many games this year against teams they should have beaten with flat efforts, and all those points accumulate, and by the end of the year they can cost you a part of your seeding process. We'll see. No Malkin tonight. He may be gone for the rest of the regular season. The Penguins now head to Nashville, then Dallas, then the Rangers. 3 more on the road before they come home.
Yeah, and I think really, the thing about it, Bob, is if you really take a look at what they've got 3 more road games, 3 road games in a row here. Then they come back and play Carolina again. And I know there's a couple of, easy or quote-unquote easy games or whatever at the end of the season. But for the most part, these next 3 or 4 games are pretty important for them. And they're on the road. They play, Nashville. Then they play at, where are they at after that? Then they play
Dallas
at the Rangers. Yeah, right. So, I mean, you would think that they can handle the Rangers. But the reality is,
are a spoiling team right
exactly.
now. Well.
I mean, that's the bottom line. Is none of them are easy. You're on the road, and then you got to come back and play the same Carolina team. That's a 4-game stretch that, if they don't fix some of these issues, they could end up 7th or 8th playoff spot.
Yeah. I thought the officials blew a call at the end of regulation when Slavin, their defenseman, interfered clearly with a Penguin player. Nothing was called. Anyway, they get 2 power plays in overtime. Fail to score. Jack Johnson with a kick. Leg save, one of the best saves of the night, and he's not a goalie, but he played well, although he took a penalty late anyway. The Penguins now lose ground to Washington because the Capitals won. They're now 93 points. The Islanders lost at home to the Bruins, so they're 91. Then the Penguins with 89, Carolina 87, but as I mentioned, Carolina 2 games in hand. The other big news of the night was, if you want to consider this big, and I think it's big, Vontaze Burfict ends up going to the Oakland Raiders. He's now teammates of Antonio Brown, who may have forgotten who he is after the hit he sustained at Burfict's behalf. Remember that game in Cincinnati? But, Paul, what do you think of this? It looks like the Raiders right now. I don't know what they're trying to do, but Vontaze Burfict, to me, has not played a good football game in a lot of years. He's been suspended 3 straight years. His production has fallen off, yet they gave him a 1-year, $5 million deal.
All I needed to know about Vontaze Burfict was when the Bengals were here. I think it was last year. They played a game. The Steelers beat them. I went into the Bengals locker room afterwards, and Vontaze Burfict was leading the way with a bunch of knuckleheads that were jumping around and laughing and giggling and having a good time as if they won the game. That's all I needed to know about him. Generally, when you go, and when you go into a losing locker room, generally it's quiet. People are kind of reserved. Nobody's jerking around. They're going to the shower and do all that stuff, and it's just kind of a real quiet. Everyone just wants to get out of there because they just lost the game. The Bengals, you had no idea that they had lost the game, and the leader of the ringleader was Vontaze Burfict. It tells me everything I need to know about him. beyond all the knucklehead stuff he does on the field, the guy doesn't care about winning.
Right. I should say his salary is going to be $5 million, minus deductions from suspensions, which will likely come, so it may be far less.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the other big news of the day, and this is about baseball. We saw the biggest contract ever handed out. The other day it was Bryce Harper. He got $330 million. People said, man, that's a lot of money. Well, today, Mike Trout, even without going to free agency, 12 years, $430 million, which again hits right in the home of teams that are the haves and teams that are the have-nots because you don't have a salary cap system. To put it in perspective, Paul, Trout will make on average $36 million a year. That represents more than half of the Pirates' 2019 payroll.
Yeah,
one person.
Exactly. How about the $430 million? That total is like what? 6 times what the Pirates are going to pay their entire team this year?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's what happens.
It's crazy, but that's the way it goes. And you know what? They locked him up because he's a superstar. Yeah. He's their own guy. Hey, you know what? I think the Pirates, they should try and do a similar deal with Jamison Tyone now,
yeah,
right?
But the cost is going up because we also saw tonight that Bregman in Houston is going to get $100 million. He's a young kid also, and the Astros are looking ahead, paying it forward, and we'll see if the Pirates do that as well. All right, give us a call here. We're here to take your calls at 412-575-2600. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, 7 nights a week on Pittsburgh's CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.